third segment time. It's time for the comments. Alright, spending $2K at Menards, the water bottle commented. Is that a Mr. Beast video? We didn't give anything away, but we did spend a lot of money.
Was that, when you bought all those saws and stuff, was that so you could make the, like, the liner for the back of your truck? The top?
Well, it wasn't just so I could do that, but it
But was it like one of the first things you made with it?
It was the first thing I made with it, yes. It made the process a lot easier and a lot faster. That's for sure.
That wasn't a video, was it?
Was it? No, we were going to, but I forgot to make it.
I'll film it.
Yeah. Yeah, so yeah, that's that. We had one comment this week, that was it. Other than like the Waterball commented on Minecraft Let's Play, but I think we already read it. He said, that's what you do in America. You sue people. And he was quoting something I said. And that's what you do. You sue people.
Yeah.
So, I'm debating because the fourth segment, I kind of want to talk about talk about making a movie now that we have Kyle here again. But at the same time, it's the third segment. I really feel like I want to talk about it here, but then I don't have a fourth segment anymore. What do you want to do?
Need a fourth segment?
Yes, we need a fourth segment. Kyle, what do you have? Do you have something that we can talk about in the fourth segment?
I just came back into the room. What are you talking about?
We're talking about whether or not I want us to write a movie or a book together. And I'm questioning whether we want to talk about that in the third segment or the fourth segment. If we talk about the third segment, we don't have a fourth segment, we got to come up with something. So if you have a topic we could talk about in the fourth segment, we could talk about it then. Otherwise, we're gonna
stuff like that sounds like a fourth segment stuff. Like fourth segment, like feature stuff.
Okay, but we got to talk about the future of the channel during the third segment.
That's channel. I think moving forward, like other ideas.
Okay. Well.
I think
currently in my schedule of things to do, I just did a science experiment. I then have another video coming out. I just recorded, where Will and I went and dropped eggs on some meat. Our results were not too surprising. And then the next video is I'm going to cure said piece of meat. So there's a DIY. And then I think the following video will then be another DIY because there will be cucumbers available at that time of summer and I'll be able to make pickles, but to be home style instead of using like the Mrs. Pickler's solutions. Do you have any ideas? I was going to eventually, after that, get back into doing, I was going to do this moon series, but any other ideas?
Not that I know.
Moon series?
Yeah, remember I was gonna do a whole series on the phases of the moon, tides, that kind of stuff. And then it got really cold and snowy and I didn't want to go anywhere, so I didn't do it.
See, and what were these videos about the phases of the moon going to be about?
The phases of the moon.
Like, was it a series or?
Well, I've been debating.
How are you going to make it a series?
Well, one video will be on the phases of the moon, one will be on tides, and then one will be on why can you see a new moon at night. I was gonna redo that video. However,
question. Can you see the moon from Antarctica?
I don't know. I don't think so. I think you're too south.
That's what I wanted to know. I didn't know how far, if you could or not.
That'd be a good fun fact. I know you can see it in Australia.
And what also is cool is that, so you know how the moon phases, they flip as you go from northern hemisphere to southern hemisphere, right?
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay. Kyle, I don't think I can hear you anymore. Can you hear him?
Yeah.
Yeah, I can't hear you anymore. You closed out and came back in, and I can't mute myself.
What?
I can't mute myself.
Mute yourself and then unmute you.
I did. I can't mute myself. Give me a minute.
Oh.
There. Mute. Unmute. All right, Kyle. Can you hear me? I can't hear you if you're talking.
You hear that?
Nope. Can't hear
What
anything.
did you do? Wait, did Kyle leave?
He left and then came back, and now I can't
Why?
hear him again. I don't know.
He said his Discord bugged.
Yeah, and me muting and unmuting myself is not fixing the problem. We'll be right back. And we're back. All right, sorry about that. Discord bugged. So, well, yeah. Okay, yeah, the phases of the moon invert. What else were you saying?
Oh yeah. So the phases of the moon, they invert as you go from northern hemisphere to southern hemisphere. Does that mean that at the equator, that first quarter moon is upside down?
Probably.
I just think that just seems wild, though. Don't you think?
It's interesting. I don't know if it's too wild. I
It sounds interesting. I mean, I just think it's crazy, though. How, we're so used to it, being lit halfway, like, up vertically,
Right.
that it could split horizontally.
It is, it is strange. Oh my god.
Meanwhile, in Antarctica, people there don't even know that we have a moon.
What do you mean they don't even know if we have? Oh, people in. What are you saying?
Like, what is this moon you're talking about?
Anyway, people in Antarctica, the poor penguins.
Yeah, I never heard of no moon.
Not that it would register what a moon is in the first
And
place.
then, and then in LA, the first time they see a star, they think it's a UFO.
So, Kyle.
Imagine if you went from LA to Bohonk, Nebraska.
What about it?
That's a big change.
Okay. Yeah, I mean.
You go from like level 9 darkness to level 0.
Yeah. It's, I mean.
Or level 1. I think level 1 is total darkness.
Look where we are, and then look. Same thing.
Yeah, well, so our house is level 4.
Right.
I think
your
Lincoln
house.
is level 7.
Oh, Lincoln's level 7.
Yeah.
Really? Only level 7. I wonder if Omaha's at a 9.
Yeah. I looked at it one time.
Anyways, Kyle, what you don't have any video ideas?
No, not really.
Any experiments? Anybody have any experiment ideas, Phil?
No, I always have an experiment idea.
Oh.
Oh, what I wanted to do when we went up to, I forgot. But I wanted to, get a balloon. Fill it up with air. And then you could watch it shrink. No, it expand. It expand because you're going to lower pressure. The balloon would get bigger when it went up to, northwestern Nebraska.
if it doesn't expand at all because of the fact that it took us so long to get there, the balloon will lose air before we get there.
I don't think it loses air that quickly.
You'd be surprised sometimes.
We got there in a couple hours, several hours. I don't think it changes much over the course of a day.
Just get on a plane.
I mean, yeah, sure. Get you. Well, not on a plane because.
No. We get on a plane.
What is?
We fly to western Nebraska, get off the plane, pull the balloon
Oh
out.
yeah, they change.
There you
But
go.
I'm just saying. But I still think you'd see a change because that's where our water bottles were popping.
Our water balls are popping.
Yeah, you didn't hear that?
No.
Our water bottles would got. You remember how we drove out there and our water bottles got big?
I was
that.
drinking with.
Well, mine did. They got really big. They got popped up. Well, it's because they were, built in a factory here and stored in conditions here. And then when we drove out there to the Panhandle, the pressure was lower, and so they expanded.
I guess my Powerade bottles didn't do anything, so.
Yeah, my water bottles did.
Yeah,
But the point is, I don't think you'd lose enough air over the course of a day to not see a difference. I'd still think you'd see some. I mean, maybe it isn't noticeable, but I'm sure it's measurable. Measurable,
it is.
because we have a sewing.
I mean, we could
take
just go
forward.
up to the mountains.
I mean, we could.
Be a lot quicker.
No, I was just saying for this trip. I mean, obviously, sure, if you wanted to give a quick demonstration or experiment, yes, that would be optimal. But I'm just saying, that was something I wanted to try over the trip.
Mountains. I don't know.
forgot.
I don't know. Thinking about the mountains makes me scared. I don't know why.
Yeah, because your first encounter with a mountain was a so-called bluff, where it was a sheer drop-off.
I'm just scared of like, well, I don't know, altitude sickness, that kind of stuff.
You get scared of it?
I don't know why I'm scared. I mean, truth be told, everybody talks about Mile High Stadium and how people get altitude sickness out there, but we were in Wyoming we were above a mile, and we were fine.
Yes.
So I guess maybe it wouldn't be that big of a deal in Denver anyways.
People also say things, you don't know if they actually had mile high sickness. They could have just been sick.
But they also have signs that tell you what altitude sickness is.
Oh.
And to go proceed to a area so you can get oxygen.
Who knows?
People that have been to the stadium. Anyways.
That are hypochondriacs?
Sure, the actual recorded cases of altitude sickness that have actually happened at Bronco Stadium. Sure.
Yeah. What if no one actually has COVID? It's just all...
They're all just high.
They're all just high. It's all in their head.
It's all
Little
fake.
do we know, every single test has been a false positive.
Well, then it's not a test, no, is it?
So didn't you get COVID?
Well, I was claimed to have COVID.
Right. Bill had
Yeah, I never
meningitis.
lost taste or smell or any of that.
Hey, you've got hey, you know what? Kyle is Corona Kyle. I'm meningitis doctor. What are you?
The healthy one.
For now. No, you're the
No,
you're
I'm
the
the fucked up
hypertension.
back one. What? Hypertension? I guess I have hypertension, but I'm also the one with the fucked up back.
The cripple. Phil the cripple.
Phil the cripple. Yeah, yeah, there you go.
I guess I should be saying that
Phil
I
the
should be saying that you're the cripple because my neck is literally kinked to the right. So, so I can't say that you're too big of a cripple when I can't even
Yeah,
hold
you
my
just have
head
a lot of
straight.
problems. I mean, we talked last week about all the problems with your bones.
Oh, I was,
You
I
know,
was
that-
with my brother Friday night at the bar, and we were talking about. He had the
Ape
Galaxy.
Index.
What?
Oh, talk. Sorry.
Anyways, he has the Galaxy S20 Plus, and I was just like, yeah, it's too big for my hands. He's like, oh, you mean too big for your hands? I'm like, show me your hands. And I put our hands up. He's like, why do you have dwarf hands? I'm like, I don't know. He's like, my wingspan's like 7 foot.
Wait, is this?
Apparently,
Your brother's wingspan is 7 foot.
that's what he says.
What?
Freaking orangutan.
What the heck? what are his hands dragging on the ground as he walks? What the heck?
No, I don't know. I think he was exaggerating, but
Wait, did you ever measure your ape index? Do it today.
yeah, we
What's
did.
your- No, you kind of did it. I want an official measurement
Well,
of
I
how.
can't officially do it now that my freaking neck is screwed up. Once my neck is better, I will do it.
All you need is just just get one of your roommates. You stick your arm out and measure it with a pencil. That way, you know you can get the full length.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And then then you stretch that with the tape measure.
Yeah. I'll see if I'm a monkey later on.
Now I want to see, how much. I bet you might be like 6'7".
Sure.
You have tiny ass hands,
They're not.
super long ass
The
arms.
thing is, though, they're not. They're small, but they're not like. They're not that small. Well, maybe they are. I
I'm
don't
curious. Wait, are my hands still smaller than yours?
know. Yes.
They are.
Yes.
So you don't have the hands of a 4'6" person.
4'6"? What? You mean 5'6"? Of which
Sure.
you're still overestimating by 2
I mean, you're
inches?
still overestimating.
You're still overestimating by 2 inches?
Yeah.
5'4"?
On a good day.
Right, yes. I don't think I've met a girl with bigger hands than me. I'm sure, I know they exist, but I have yet to be friends with one. I don't think what's her face. No, she doesn't.
What's her face?
Not
Is that her name?
Not what's her face. What's her face?
Oh.
The vegetable.
The vegetable.
The one that has the preserved vegetable as a last name. You work with her,
I work with her.
or you work in the same place as her.
What?
And she was like, "Your Doc's cousin."
Oh. I don't think she works here anymore.
Yes, she does.
She does. I haven't seen her in forever.
I don't
I
think
know-
she does. I haven't talked to her in a while.
I haven't seen her in forever. I don't think she works there anymore.
Well, I'll have to. I was gonna text her about Black Widow. Actually, I'll have to remember to do that. Point is,
She worked over in the deli department, the first stand right next to the Market Cafe.
yes.
When?
Last time I saw her was when you graduated high school.
That was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago.
Where the fuck have you been? 3 years ago, my man.
That was 3 long years ago. The last time I saw her was when you graduated high school. I'm like, that was 3 years ago.
I like how he said it as if it happened a week or two ago. And I asked him, when was this? Last time I remember was when you graduated high school. Bruh. That was
Dude, I have a
long
bachelor's degree now. What are you talking
years.
about?
You have a degree now.
I have a degree since then.
That's a good. I like that though.
Oh my god, I had another story I forgot to tell you about.
What?
So I had to fix Minecraft Bedrock on my computer.
Yeah.
And the internet wasn't very helpful, so I went to, so I got a hold of Microsoft. I called them, and I get this girl. She speaks perfect English, nothing wrong. And we're just and she starts talking to me about like we're waiting for Windows to do some stuff, and so she starts with idle chit chat, and we were both complaining about Windows and all of its bugs, and she's like, "Well, have you heard about Windows 11?" And I'm like, "I have heard about Windows 11, and I'm not too excited for it." And so yeah, then we both talk about Windows 11. Eventually, I learned that she has 2 years left on her 4-year degree, so she's a year younger than I am, theoretically.
Mhm.
So, we made idle chit-chat. The weirdest part was, towards the end of the conversation, at the very end of the whole thing, once we got everything fixed, she was getting nervous. Like, she got nervous to ask me for my email. And I'm like, what's going on here? You were fine the entire time. And, like, the thing was, like, she understood, like, the whole Minecraft thing, because she was, like, because she worked in the Xbox division before she went and worked in the general Windows help. And so, I guess, I don't know. And I was like, I really considered asking her for her number or email. I really considered hitting on the Microsoft help assistant who helped me. So that
Remember
was
the
exciting.
name?
No, we actually didn't exchange names.
Oh, you see, that would have been step one.
Well, I mean, I didn't realize she was going to be who she was until, like, we started having
Oh,
idle
no,
chit-chat.
when you start talking to her, you feel like you're building a connection. Start
I
with the
didn't
name.
feel the connection until the very end.
Oh.
When I
You
realized,
said,
oh
"Can I
my
have your name?"
god, this woman is like what I'm looking for. We can sit here and both complain about an operating system. Like, I've never, in my entire life, I could sit down and complain about an operating system with.
I guess I haven't heard much. Fill me in on the details of what's up with Windows 11.
It's basically just it's just a graphics overhaul. They really didn't change much. In my opinion, I mean, the funny part was, I thought this wasn't reversible. It's reversible now. They moved the icons to the center of the screen, like on Mac, at the bottom.
Oh, I moved mine. Oh, you talking about the dock?
No, like your start menu and stuff.
I don't have a start menu on Apple.
No. So no. In Apple, you have the bottom row.
Yeah. Oh, I moved that to the side. I hate it at the bottom.
Oh well. Anyways, on Windows 11, they're moving it to the center.
Oh, see, I hate having it at the bottom because it just always gets in the way whenever I go to click on stuff. And so I have it in the side, and in fact, not only do I have it on the side, I also have it hidden. So until I move my mouse over to the side, it disappears.
So, well, in Windows, I mean, you've used Windows. You know the bottom bar at the very bottom, right? Where you usually have your File Explorer, Chrome.
Yeah, you have your start menu.
Yeah, that's getting moved to the center.
The center of the whole screen?
No, the center of the bottom.
Oh, the center of the bottom.
Yeah, so instead of
I was
it being
thinking center, like the middle of the screen. I was like, what?
Yeah, sorry. Instead of it being on the far left, it's going to be in the center.
Okay.
But apparently that's reversible. You can just select it in the settings where you want it. And I'm like, what was the point then? What was the point?
To make it the new default. They're just all they're doing is changing the default because maybe people find it more aesthetically pleasing in the middle.
Yeah, I know day one that when I up
because I'm sure it's one of those things how you just kind of grow up with. You've always grown up with it being on the far left, and that just feels like the norm. And then, but if you grew up with it being in the center, to you that seems more aesthetically pleasing because it's in the middle of the whole screen.
Yeah.
And moving it over to one side or the other is just like, what are you doing? It just looks off because of how you grew up. I think all it has to do with how you grew up, and so maybe Microsoft just feels like it'd be more aesthetically pleasing to have it in the center, and they want to give people the option to do it as such.
They're just doing what Apple does.
Yeah,
which I find funny because Apple is the less popular, is the second least popular operating system, followed by Linux.
Wait, aren't there only the 3? What are the others?
There's a
What are the
fourth
others?
one. Chrome
What? Oh, Chrome.
is the second
Is that-
most popular operating system, thanks to Corona.
So there's just 4.
I mean, 4 are the known ones. I'm sure there's other. Oh, there's other operating systems that exist, but Windows goes
Windows, Linux, Chrome, and
Mac,
Microsoft.
Linux.
Oh, not Microsoft. I'm sorry, Apple.
Well,
Microsoft.
no,
Wait, Microsoft is Apple.
Microsoft. So it goes Windows, Chrome for popularity. It goes Windows, Chrome, Mac OS, Linux.
Yeah.
Yeah, Windows 11. I don't know. They're also making it so that you can have like a preset. So like, say you have a bunch of windows open, if you hover over the maximize button, it shows up a bunch of presets, and so like you can like select it to split it up into 3 different equal windows or 4 different or whatever. And
You can do that on Apple.
what?
You can do that on Mac.
You can't natively do it on Windows. Apparently, there's a third-party app or something that could do it, and they're killing that. I never really
Well, you can
cared.
split screens on Windows.
This
I've
is
done
like
it.
this is like easier though. You don't have to like resize the windows yourself. It does that for you.
Well, no, yeah, you don't. I forget. I think you just move it. Because I've done it at school all the time. Because I'd have to open up like 2 different. I'd have to open up like Chrome, and then my design software like Revit or whatever we were using. I think Revit for house design or something. But hey, I thought you move it over to the corner, and then it split it exactly halfway down on the right side, and then you can open up a tab or a window or something to put it on the left side.
I mean, I've never done that, but you
I
don't have
forget
to.
how you do it
But you
because
don't have to do that.
I don't. I was just kind of messing around one day and I accidentally did it.
What you
And
don't
then
have
I was
to
like,
do that.
oh, I didn't know they could do this because typically you just resize the windows and you make
Right.
it work. Well, then I realized that it can do it automatically for me.
Well, you don't have to do that anymore.
Ah.
And like, I guess another big thing is that like, if you have a second display, Windows will remember where the windows are on that second display, and when you unplug it, it'll just minimize those windows that were open on the second display, and then you plug the second display back in, the windows will will be unminimized or whatever, and back into the positions they were. So that's pretty cool. A lot of people are excited about that. The biggest one is that you can load Android apps now. However, Microsoft did it the laziest way possible. They just partnered with Amazon, and so it's basically any app available in the Amazon App Store you can get in the Windows Store now, and you can load it into Windows. So like you could technically, I guess, probably have Snapchat. I don't know if Snapchat's on the it's on the Amazon store, but if it is, you could technically load Snapchat. You can load Instagram, which I think is the big kicker, because now I can do all my, and you can load TikTok. TikTok's not that big of a deal because the browser version of TikTok is fairly robust in my opinion, and works very well. But now you can just have it loaded as an app. I don't think it's that big of a deal, but so that's the really big deal. But the thing comes with that though. I wonder if I'll be able to play Clash of Clans on the computer now,
Why?
because Clash of Clans is available on the Amazon store.
Oh.
Can you imagine Clash of Clans on your computer?
Yeah.
I
That'd be
mean,
interesting.
huh?
That'd be interesting.
It would be interesting. It'd be pretty nice. It's all I ever dreamed about when I was younger. But
Yeah.
anyways, I think it's time for the 4th segment. So